Today we're going to learn how to record your vertical without any equipment. So basically when I say that, I just mean that you need your phone, and that's really all you'll need. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take a video and we're going to try and find out the frames that it's filmed in. So if you've got like a phone, you should be able to go into the camera settings and find out the frames per second that you film in. So this video is filmed in 60 frames per second, and this was a Vertec test that I did back in April, and it was 33.5 inches from 2 steps. So what we do is we get it to the toe off point here. So you can also record ground contact time as well with the frames per second, but basically what you do is you get it to the point where you take off. So I'm roughly in the air at this point here, so we'll go from here and then you just basically count the frames. So obviously I'm in 60 frames per second, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. So that's 48 frames to touchdown. And then we can just use the calculator app here. I'll just bring that on screen. And basically what you do with the calculator app is you just type that in. So you'll go 48 divide 60 and it'll come up with 0.8. So that's your flight time. So you're in the air for 0.8 seconds. And with this data here, you can basically use this little cheat sheet here. If I can pull up Safari. So there's a cheat sheet on this website here. You can also work it out. There's various calculations you can use, but there's one up here as well that I'll sometimes use just to kind of test my brain, I guess. But you can just use this little cheat sheet here and find out how high you jump. So 0.8 seconds would equal 30.9 inches, or basically 31 inches. So you can see that's about 2.5 inches off what my standing reach is, and that's just to do with like accuracy of testing. So my standing reach is accurate. I've got quite a long standing reach for someone that is 5'5". So I'm 5'6" in shoes, and I've got a 7'3.5" inch standing reach. So that's quite long for someone that's my size. So the method of measuring my standing reach, I'd say, is pretty accurate, but it's just the fact that testing on a Vertec's not incredibly accurate. So that basically explains the results. So using flight time slightly more accurate, but it also kind of depends the way you land. So if you land with a more bent over torso, you'll find that your results will be less accurate again. I've got a video that I'll show you later on for that, but I'll just pop this to the side. So if you want to be even more accurate than this, you can also get a video in slow motion, and you can count the frames of that. So slow motion will usually be filmed in about 240 frames per second. So that's like very accurate. That means there'll be 2.4 frames per 0.01 seconds. So you also get various softwares you can use. So you've got the MyJump2 app. So I've just loaded this video up in the MyJump2 app as well. So you'll see it's slow motion here. So then you just get the toe off point as well. So we can see here that roundabout here is toe off. So we click take off here. Then you just play the video, and it basically just does exactly the same. It just counts the frames of the video, but it does it in a computerized way, which is way quicker than just counting the individual frames, which is why this app's good. And then you just do it to the touchdown point there. So we see it's 0.771, so that's the flight time, so that's 0.77 seconds. And again, you can go back to the cheat sheet again, pull it up here, you can see 0.77 would be 28.6 inches. So if I go back to this jump as well here, so I've not got the results on the screen here, but this jump was 90.53 centimeters on the jump mat. So that would be around about 36 inches. I think it's just under 36 inches. So obviously you can see there that the jump mat's not really an accurate way of testing as well. So anytime you see someone jumping on a jump mat, just know that it's probably not really that accurate in terms of true vertical. So here's the interesting part. So also, if you go on YouTube, you can find out how high someone jumped on a YouTube video as well. So all you need to know is the frame rate of the video on YouTube, which is quite easy to find. So you can go here in settings and it'll usually say 720p 60 frames, or if it doesn't have that, you can also check on stats for nerds. So if you right click, you can check up here and it'll say 60 frames per second, or 30, or 24, or 50 frames, just depends how the person films. But what you can do with this is you can kind of test the vertical essentially. So then we just count the frames on the YouTube video. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. So we can see at 54, that's when he touches back down. So we can see again what I kind of like touched upon earlier is the torso angle. So you can see his knees are slightly bent. You can see his torso angle is more horizontal as well, so it's not landing with a straight torso. So those are all things that come into play when you're measuring your vertical with the frame count. So we'll look at that vertically tested there. So I said it was 54 frames, and we divide that by the 60, which gives us 0.9 seconds in the air. And we can look at this again, and we can see 0.9 seconds would be 39.1 inches. So on that jump there, it probably would have read about 0.99 seconds on the screen, which would have been the 47.1. So you can see obviously that the jump mat's not really a super accurate way of measuring vertical. And also another thing to take into account when jumping and testing your vertical with the frame count is also whether or not you're like hanging on the rim. So if you're testing your vertical when you're doing a dunk, try and make sure you don't hang on the rim, because that'll just make the hang time a bit longer. So you can see here I'm hanging on the rim and I'm not falling back down to the ground at the same rate that I would be if I wasn't hanging on to the rim. So I think that about covers all the bases I need to for this video. So this is just kind of like an easy way to track your progress if you've not got any kind of vertical testing equipment. So I think that's everything. Thank you for watching.